For this and many other informative videos, please subscribe. What is up, my angry nation of angry gamers just like me? This is your boy. Well, here I am with another video explaining exactly the dangers of microtransactions and required PlayStation Plus subscriptions in order to play multiplayer on certain games. Now, I will be listing only a certain amount of games on this one because, let's just be honest, there are way too many for me to mention. The games that I'll be mentioning will be Call of Duty's, both Black Ops, Infinite Warfare, Destiny, and EA's Battlefront. Now, I ran out of PlayStation Plus not too long ago, and this was maybe before the release of Infinite Warfare, where I was still playing Black Ops, and don't mind the dog and my kids, they're playing in the background. And well, I thought to myself, it's going to be a while until I get another subscription to PlayStation Plus. So this was an issue way before that as well. I got excited about playing Destiny for the first time. It barely moved into a new apartment. Funds were a little shy on me at the time, and I put the game on pre-order. I put it on pre-order, and every chance I had, I visited the place and put $5 in every time. And the assholes at GameStop didn't have any clear information on Destiny. Every time I showed up, put $5, $10 in on the pre-order. I'd ask them, so did you guys hear anything about Destiny? Have they said anything? Have they released any information aside from having to go to the website like most other people have said to me before? Why don't you just take 5 minutes to go to the website and find out yourself? No, I don't like wasting my time on something that people are basically paid for in order to do, giving you information on a certain video game, but whatever. They never had any information, whether it was online only, if it was co-op, split screen, shit like that. So I got stuck playing a video game that I didn't even get to play because I didn't have both internet and PlayStation Plus. So that's one of them. Having to spend money on DLCs, quote, expansions. It's just another excuse for them to screw you on shit. And I didn't get to play them. And same thing happened with Black Ops. I played Black Ops 3 and ran out of PlayStation Plus, and I was maybe, I spent maybe like $5 on, Call of Duty points, and I managed to get, some skins out of the deal. I was lucky enough to get maybe one skin. I think it was Ice or Frost or whatever it's called. I don't know. And I was pretty excited about it. It's not like all these other YouTubers that put video games and stuff, and they're like, I'm going to spend close to $100 on Call of Duty points. Watch me spend all that money on a fucking DLC, because it's downloadable content that I won't even be able to access without either PlayStation Plus, Xbox Gold, or Internet. You would literally see these guys spend close to $100 on Call of Duty points. $100, people, okay? And this is probably not even from their own fucking pockets. They probably have mommy and daddy buying them and all that shit, because I pretty much doubt they have jobs, seeing on how they do it from their fucking bedroom at their parents' house, and several other YouTubers that, talk about video games. And, well, going back to the subject, I didn't have internet at that time. So I thought, it has a bot option. You could do your own little private match on bots, and put it as hard as you want or as easy as you want. And that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case for me. It was actually pretty humiliating playing bots and not even be able to access my emblems, my call signs, and the skins for both the character and the the guns. Yeah, I know that there's your DLCs for zombies, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of playing zombies on Call of Duty games because to me they're pointless. They're not really campaigns. They're more like horde modes with a little bit of make sure you find this spot or make sure you can open this other door kind of crap. And I've never really enjoyed it, not even since fucking Black Ops on the PlayStation 3. So I got stuck with the humiliating knowledge that, yeah, I got screwed. I can't play this game because I don't have internet and I don't have PlayStation Plus. The same goes with Infinite Warfare. It's the exact same thing. People go about spending actual money on Call of Duty points. Me, for one, I got tired of spending. I know it was only $5. For some, it's going to be like, well, it's only $5. Yeah, but well, $5 is $5, especially in this shitty ass economic system that we live in right now. So, yeah, I couldn't access anything. Not my emblems, not my call signs, not even my mission earned gear. And this is on Infinite Warfare. So, once again, I go back to saying, what is the deal with this trend that these game companies are practicing? Why are they forcing us to have to pay extra for something like PlayStation Plus or Xbox Gold? We already pay internet. That's more than enough. That should be more than enough. Video games, multiplayers are basically like TV shows. You get, you get your viewers. You get funded because of that. It's a TV show. The more viewers, the better. Whether they love or hate you, you still get viewers. And pretty much like YouTube, the same thing. So, with that in mind, I would just like to say that if any of you feel the exact same way, please make a point out of it. Make your own videos, stipulating the same case, arguing the same problem. Why is it that we're limited to only certain things on a video game when we paid for the full fucking thing? Whether you got it new, pre-ordered, or even used at a GameStop, it shouldn't matter. You paid for this thing. I know that a lot of people would be saying, well, it's the licensing. No, it's not the licensing. The licensing means that you cannot reproduce or resell at mass quantities the video game. You can't make copies of it and sell them. That's the licensing. You can't resell something, reproduce and resell it as if you were the company, or as if you were the business. That's the only licensing problem. You have all the, I know you're probably thinking to yourselves, well, maybe you should have just read the agreements before you start a game. Okay, unless you're studying in a law school, law firm or something, who the fuck has the time to read all those pages of legal terms? Who? You just buy the game, you want to pop it in, and it's bad enough that you have to wait for the damn thing to load, or actually not load, but install, which is another problem I have. And you're not going to be wasting close to 2 hours with a dictionary next to you for the definition of every legal term used in the agreement. It's like I said, licensing is only for certain things that are actual problems, like people replicating the game and selling them off as their own. So, that should be the only license. You buy a game, you own it. You own that disc. You buy it, you take it home, you could smash it with a hammer, burn it with a blowtorch. It doesn't matter. You paid for it, it's yours. That is your property. Not the licensing bullshit that they're trying to push on us. Just the fact that you bought the disc, and you can do whatever the fuck you want with it, as long as it doesn't actually, violate actual legal terms. Like I said, reproducing, copying, and selling, or in other words, pirating. That is the only real case scenario that you could get your ass in trouble for. Or even in some cases, hacking the servers, which is another violation. Those are the licensing. But personally, I don't like paying for a game in where I'm only limited to certain access if I don't have other certain requirements to meet the usage of the game. Going back with Destiny, I couldn't play the damn thing at all when I didn't have internet, and I didn't have internet. We barely moved into a new apartment, and I didn't have shit to pay internet with yet. Nor did I have enough money to pay for the fucking PlayStation Plus, because I actually have bills that I need to pay before anything else. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you, well, we all have bills to pay. Yeah, you all have bills to pay. We all have our responsibilities. But at some point, where does it end? Where does it all end where you have your responsibilities on one hand and you just want to sit back and play a little bit? Yeah, you could pay for your internet, but now you also have to pay a subscription in order to access the rest of the game. That's bullshit. They're only selling you half a game. Okay. Like I said, you could play Call of Duty, both Black Ops, Infinite Warfare, and any other recent games that came out, even Ghosts or Advanced Warfare. But that won't change the fact that when you get something from a quartermaster or black market guy or whatever, you don't get to keep any of that shit. And that's the point. Why do you get it? To show it off. A friend of yours could come to your house one day, you'll be like, dude, guess what I fucking unlocked? I got the skin that you've been bitching about for the longest time. Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, shit, internet goes out. Oh, fuck, dude, I can't show you because the internet's out. You look like a total puss. You look like a total jackass. Not me personally. I've never really had any friends over in my apartment and told them, hey, guess what I unlocked? I unlocked this. No. But I like looking at what I unlock without the necessary, requirements. Because I paid for it. It's mine. Legally, it's mine. Which is the problem I have with this trend that these game companies are pulling off. What is the deal with not being able to access our shit? What's their fucking problem? Why do they keep it from us? I'll never actually get a full answer. Not even from the game companies. Not even from PlayStation. Not even from Sony, Activision, or even EA. And speaking of EA, that's another problem I have. I love Star Wars. Yeah, I'm a Star Wars geek. I don't know absolutely everything on everything. Don't read the paperbacks, side stories, or even the in-between shit. But I bought, the deluxe edition of Battlefront. And, you get your certain, DLCs. You have your Death Star, which was the first one that I bought, and all the other ones. And when I bought it, I didn't want to deal with the hassle of other people, to be honest with you. Because there's a lot of douchebags out there who somehow manage to be even better than you. And there's always going to be someone better than you. But out of curiosity, I thought to myself, I just want to play Death Star by myself without the hassle of worrying about other people. So I tried. I went to Skirmish. And guess what? Nothing on the Death Star. I went to the dogfight parts. Guess what? Nothing on the Death Star. I paid $14.99 for this DLC. $14.99. Alright? The equivalence of a full game at a GameStop. And guess what? I didn't get to play it. I couldn't access it. So what the fuck? What's the fucking problem? Why can't I play my fucking DLCs? Why can't I access these things without the need of PlayStation Plus, Xbox Gold, or Internet? If I paid for this stuff by legal right, I should be able to access it if I paid for it. By legal right, I bought it. Now, if they're going to keep these things from us, they shouldn't call them expansions. They shouldn't even call them DLCs. You know what they should call them? Services. Not DLCs or expansions. Services. Because, like, your electrical, your gas, and your water, and your internet, and your phone, your cell phone, your car insurance, all those things, if you don't pay for them, it's taken away from you, and with every right, because it is a service. It's you know, it can be taken away from you at any time because it's just a service. You're renting it. They hold the rights to keep it. But they're not calling it DLCs, and they're not calling it expansions. It's a service. So why can't I? Why can't I play these things without the need of internet or PlayStation Plus or Xbox Gold? Why can't I play these things without having to get a subscription first before I actually get to play them? You pay a buttload of money for this crap, for these microtransactions, even on certain games that aren't supposed to have microtransactions. And for what? These companies just sit back and gloat. And you're a fucking idiot with your dick in your hand or your fingers up your pussy. You're left doing it by yourself. No clue of what was going on. They pulled the rug underneath us, and most of us complain. Maybe not a large enough amount of people of us complain, but we do have complaints. And, you know, the problem with that, it is insulting. It really is. Back before PlayStation 4 came out, and if any of you actually remember, PS3, you get a DLC, it was in your fucking hard drive. It was right there in your hard drive. It was yours. It belonged to you. But that's only... Actually, no. A lot of games did that. A lot of games practiced that, because not every single game on PS3 was multiplayer. You see? And some of the first games that actually started practicing this fucked up, horrible, unjust trend was Activision with Call of Duty. You could pay for the skins that you would get with the DLC, but only half of the DLC was accessible if you didn't have the requirements. So, you know, I think it's stupid. I think it's bullshit. This will also lead up to another follow-up video of my complaints on current trends on both game consoles and video games. But, you know, I personally disapprove of this practice. Now, if a lot of you are going right now, well, it's because you're fucking spiteful because you're probably poor and you're this and this and this and blah, blah, blah. I got 3 fucking kids. I got bills to pay. I got a whole bunch of other shit that I need to deal with before I actually have to deal with the fact that I have to pay for a fucking subscription in order for me to access the shit that I've paid for. And let's be honest here, people. Let's be honest. We're not all about buying DLCs. Yeah, sure, every time it comes up, you want to kick back on your fucking couch and after a hard day's work, you just want to play a video game. You do. You just want to play. You want to shoot stuff, or you want to fly, or anything. But, you know. And there's very few games that are loyal enough to their customers where they're like, you know what? We'll give you the option. You can either grind the shit out of the game to come up with certain points and unlock things that you've wanted, and keep it when you do because you deserve it, because you've spent that amount of time on coming up with the points to get it. So if you do happen to get it, congratulations, here's your free shit. Do with it what you will. Keep it, dismantle it, erase it, whatever. Killzone was probably not one of the best games on the PlayStation 4 in terms of the campaign, because let's be honest, the story had absolutely nothing to do with it being a continuation of Killzone 3. But on the multiplayer, even ever since PlayStation 3, you get a DLC, and even if you didn't have internet and you wanted to play the bots, you got to access it fully. No catches, no strings attached, nothing. You got to access what you fucking paid for. Whenever you fucking wanted, you got to play it. any single fucking time you want because it's yours. It belongs to you. You bought it, you paid for it, you keep it, and you do whatever the hell you want with it. And I know I've already said that once before, and I'm going to keep repeating it until it seeps in and gets stuck in your brains. Killzone, for me, story-wise, was terrible. But campaign, multiplayer-wise, it was ideal. There were guns on this game that you couldn't access before the game came out because they removed certain weapons from the game. You had the auto rifle from the first Killzone, and you had the scout rifle from the Hellgast that you only got to see on both Killzone 2 and 3. When this Killzone came out, Shadowfall, you couldn't get those guns unless you bought the DLC. And it goes the same for the owl skins. It goes the same for the skins. If you unlocked it, boom, congratulations. There you go. Like the STA-14 rifle. That was from Killzones 2 and 3. And you couldn't get it on Killzone Shadowfall unless you bought the DLC. The same goes for the auto rifle. I got those from just grinding the hell out of it. And I got to keep them. I did. I got to keep them. And this company also gave away free maps that you could also access at any time. So this game to me was probably the best one, and it's the exception of every other game out there. So, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment if you agree, do yourself a favor and complain to these companies. And, until then, make your voices be heard.